say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? Once again, we take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for co-creating this transmission this day of your time and affording our civilization an opportunity to experience the expansion of creation through our interactions with each and every one of you. We would like to begin this transmission this day of your time with the concept of creative conflict. Now, we have for quite some time in these dialogues talked about the ideas that you do not need struggle and pain in your life anymore, that your lives can be effortless and joyful, that you can bring into manifestation the lifestyle that is representative of your highest excitement, your creativity, your love, your joy. But we wish to understand together that many times the ideas that we transmit telepathically are translated into certain words in your language, and you only have so many words to represent so many concepts. So, we would like to make it clear at this time that when we have talked about the idea of removing conflict from your life, we are talking about the idea of the destructive forms of this concept. We are not talking about the removal of the constructive forms of this concept. Creative conflict, as you already all know, is essential for the idea of every story, of all growth. Creative and constructive conflict is what we usually refer to when the word in your language challenge comes up. That is what we are referring to. You all know that you must have thresholds that challenge you in order to expand, to stretch, to grow, to become more and more of yourself. So when we talk about the idea of removing conflict from your lives, we are only talking about the idea of removing confusion, lack of clarity, the idea of the suffering, of the pain, the idea of feeling lost or succumbing to victimization, or the idea of giving your power away. Those are the things we are talking about changing. But we are not taking away creative, constructive, challenge, that kind of character-building conflict. But we wish to make this clear because we understand that sometimes the use of certain words in your language makes things confusing. So, we are not saying that your future and your life of excitement and ecstasy will be in any way, shape, or form bland. We are not saying that the removal of conflict will mean that you are sitting around doing nothing, that you will experience no kinds of challenges, no kinds of change, no kinds of investigation of your curiosity. Those are the things that will continue and must continue in order for you to create backgrounds, so to speak, against which you can see how far you've come, to create the idea of something that will lure you into expanding yourself and expressing yourself more creatively. You will not lose that. You will never lose that. Our civilization has not lost that. No civilization that we know of has lost that. Not that kind of constructive and creative, challenging conflict meant in that way. That always is necessary to allow you to have perspective, to expand beyond that perspective, to create a new perspective, and yet again expand beyond that one forever and ever, to become all that you can be, all that you are. So please do not assume we are talking about a life of boredom when we say that you will remove conflict, that you will have no more challenges, for that is not what we mean. Every story, in order to be a story, must in that sense be a change, a perspective that shifts, and in order to do that, there must be what at first might appear to be an obstacle, but which, if utilized creatively, will be transformed into an opportunity and a challenge that will allow you to expand and will become not an impediment to your joy, but part of your joy. And you will welcome these things, for they will be seen with your new attitudes, with your new perspectives. They will be seen for the portions of your own consciousness that they are, and that you are in fact challenging yourselves to become everything that you know deep down you were created to be, as your unique aspects of all that is, of the infinite, of the Creator, or whatever you wish to call it. Now that we have shared this perspective with each and every one of you, and once again in return for the gift that you are giving to our civilization in allowing this exchange to take